Sneezy the Snowman by Maureen Wright, illustrated by Stephen Kipling. Sneezy the Snowman shivered. Brr, it's cold out here, that's for sure. I need a drink to warm me up. So he drank cocoa from a cup. He said with a smile, I like this a lot. And then right there, believe it or not, he melted from drinking something too hot. The children cried out, what should we do? A voice from the puddle said, make me brand new. They rebuilt Sneezy as snowflakes flew. A cold winter wind swirled and blew. The snowman sneezed a giant chew. I'm sneezing and freezing and shivering too. A little girl said, then let's share. I have something you can wear. Here's my hat to put on your head. You look awesome, the children said. The snowman blinked his coal black eyes. The stocking cap was a nice surprise. But Sneezy the Snowman shivered. Brr, it's cold out here, that's for sure. I'm freezing every minute. I'll find a hot tub and sit right in it. He found her and smiled, I like this a lot. And then right there, believe it or not, he melted from sitting in the water too hot. The children cried out, what should we do? A voice from the hot tub said, make me brand new. They rebuilt the snowman as snowflakes flew. A cold winter wind swirled and blew. The snowman sneezed a giant achoo. I'm sneezing and freezing and shivering too. A little boy said, then let's share. I have something you can wear. Here's my scarf that's red and blue. I think it would look great on you. The snowman blinked his coal black eyes. The colorful scarf was a nice surprise. It went very well with the long pink hat. The children all said, how about that? But Sneezy the Snowman shivered. Brr, it's cold out here, that's for sure. I need to feel some warmth on me. There's a campfire by that tree. He said with a smile, I like this a lot. And then right there, believe it or not, he melted from standing beside something hot. The children cried out, what should we do? A voice from the puddle said, make me brand new. They rebuilt Sneezy as snowflakes flew. A cold winter swirled and blew. The snowman sneezed a giant achoo. I'm sneezing and freezing and shivering too. A little girl said, then let's share. I have something you can wear. Here's my coat, the perfect fit. I know you'll look good in it. The snowman blinked his coal black eyes. The bright orange coat was a nice surprise. It went very well with the scarf and hat. The children all said, how about that? But Sneezy said, ooh, I'm way too hot. I'll take off all the new clothes I've got. The children yelled, no, that's not the way. Listen to what we say. Buy something cold at the ice cream store. Have 2 scoops, or 3, or 4. Sneezy ate ice cream 7 scoops high. This is great, the snowman cried. I'm not too cold and I'm not too hot. And I'm wearing clothes I like a lot. Then after eating every bite, he said, at last, I feel just right. Franklin's Christmas Gift by Paulette Bourgeois, illustrated by Brenda Clark. Franklin loved Christmas. He could name all of Santa's reindeer. He could tie ribbons into bows and play Silent Night on his recorder. Franklin liked to give presents and to receive them. But this year, he couldn't decide what to give to the Christmas toy drive. Every December, the students in Mr. Owl's class donated toys for needy families. The toys could be new or carefully used. When Mr. Owl put out the collection box, everyone was excited. They had 3 days to choose the perfect gifts to give. That evening, Franklin dug through his toys. He picked up a shiny red car. I remember this, he said, wheeling it around. Vroom! Next, Franklin pulled out a stuffed elephant and held her tight. I wondered where'd you gone, he cried. Then Franklin found his best green marble. It had been missing for weeks. Fantastic, he shouted. Franklin loves his marbles. He had won every marble in his collection, and each one was beautiful. Franklin picked through the rest of the toys. He decided to keep everything but a rusty truck with a missing wheel. Franklin asked his father to help him fix the truck. "You can try," said his father, "but it won't look new or even gently used. It's all I have. Everything else is too special to give away." "I'd like you to think about that," said Franklin's father. "Christmas is a time to be generous." The next day at school, Franklin asked his friends what they were giving. Beaver was donating her big book of questions and answers. "I already know all the answers," she boasted. "I'm giving a puzzle," said Bear. "I only did it once." Franklin frowned. "I'm giving a truck, I think." He had 2 days left to decide. But Franklin was too busy to think about the toy drive. He played the recorder in the school concert, made a card for Mr. Owl, and wrote a holiday story. "I'll pick a toy after school," he promised himself. When Franklin got home, there was a gift for him under the tree. It was from Great Aunt Harriet. Franklin was so excited that he forgot all about choosing a gift for the toy drive. Franklin squeezed the present and shook it. "No peeking," laughed his mother. "Do you know what it is?" asked Franklin eagerly. "It must be something special," his mother smiled. "Great Aunt Harriet always gives presents that mean something to you and to her. Like last year," said Franklin. Great Aunt Harriet knew that he loved to put on plays, and she gave him 2 puppets that had been hers when she was little. It was one of Franklin's best presents ever. The next day at school, the collection box was brimming. "You've all been very generous," said Mr. Owl. "Do you know that your gift might be the only one somebody receives this holiday?" Franklin gulped. He never thought of that. He had to bring a present tomorrow. Franklin raced home after school and looked through his toys again. Somebody else might love Elephant, but she was worn from so much hugging, and Franklin wasn't sure that the red car went fast enough. Franklin was upset. At first, all of his toys had seemed too special to give away, and nothing seemed special enough. Franklin played with his puppets and thought about how Great Aunt Harriet chose her gifts. "The best presents are special to give and to receive," he whispered. Then Franklin saw his marble collection and he knew that the marbles were special enough for the toy drive. Franklin polished them and put them into a soft purple bag. He wrapped up the present and made a gift tag that read, "These are lucky marbles. Merry Christmas." The next morning, Franklin put his present on top of the collection box. Then Franklin and his friends hauled the box to the big tree at the town hall. They placed each present under the tree. Franklin knew he would miss his marble collection. Still, he didn't feel at all sad. Instead, he felt good all over. On Christmas Eve, Great Aunt Harriet came to visit and Franklin was allowed to open her present. He ripped at the paper. "It's perfect," said Franklin. "Thank you." Great Aunt Harriet beamed. She had made a stage for Franklin's puppet show. "Now open yours," Franklin insisted. Great Aunt Harriet unwrapped her gift slowly and carefully. Inside was a play written by Franklin and dedicated to her. "This is my best Christmas present ever," said Great Aunt Harriet. Franklin got good all over feeling one more time. Bruce the Moose and Prancer by Tina Rance. Bruce woke up in the freezing cold. The forest was a delight to behold. A blanket of snow, sparkling white. Something to celebrate. What a sight! He played in the snow, prancing around, until he slipped on the ice on the ground. Bruce caught his balance and stood up tall. Bells tinkled in the distance, a wintry call. Bruce knew that Christmas was on the way. Could Santa be visiting now on his sleigh? A few minutes later, Bruce had his answer. He spied his neighbor, a pony called Prancer. Bruce greeted Prancer. "A good day to you. For a minute, I thought a dream had come true. I thought that Santa Claus might soon appear. Maybe I'd find a cousin among his reindeer. Or maybe Santa would offer me some work. A job with Santa would be an amazing perk." Prancer smiled at Bruce and wished him well, and shared that he had a special dream to tell. Prancer had dreamt that in spite of his shyness, one day he'd get a job with Her Royal Highness. "Though I don't think I really have a chance, you see. The royal carriage needs horses, not a pony like me. Prancer shared his dream with horses he knew. They all just laughed and looked at him askew. Even they had not gotten a job with the queen, with much greater height and fur with a sheen. They exercised well and ate top quality grass, but the queen chose only the best of first class. There were people who worked at the forest stable. Bruce was wary of them, so he felt he was unable to visit his friend Pony Prancer in his home, so they met when Prancer went out to roam. Bruce smiled at Prancer who'd come to play. I believe your dream could come true one day. The friends kept playing, having fun in the snow. Fresh air and holiday spirit made their fur glow. They had a great time even though they got wet, suddenly noticing a sign that they hadn't seen yet. The queen will be coming here in 2 days to visit the stable, looking for a horse in his prime. Prancer looked at Bruce, high excitement in his face. The queen needs a new horse to fill an empty place. How Prancer wished he was a real horse in full size. He couldn't hide the longing, wistful look in his eyes. Bruce offered to take his friend to a meadow far away. It never snowed there, the grass was green every day. Prancer thanked Bruce, "You're a special friend. You're happy to help, though I won't win in the end." Bruce smiled in answer with a twinkling eye, "A small Christmas gift for my favorite little guy. And if you succeed, you can bring me a gift too. Pine cones from the palace are the best in my view." Bruce the moose took Prancer to the secret green field. It was in a hidden valley. The hills around were a shield. Beyond the snowy forest hills lay this magical place, a meadow filled with flowers and lots of open space. Prancer spent the day eating healthful green grass. His white fur was aglow, and he truly felt first class. Prancer went home after saying goodnight to Bruce. He returned the next day, his best friend, the moose. They started their morning with a dip in the river. The water was freezing and they started to shiver. Bruce and Prancer played in the snow until quite late. Glowing with good health, Prancer truly looked great. 2 days had passed. Today they'd meet the queen. Prancer looked in the mirror to be sure he was clean. The horses were ready. There was an excitement at the stable. When would the queen arrive? What was her timetable? The black horse and brown one were nasty to Prancer. You really think a midget pony give the queen her answer? Excitement was high. The horses and grooms waited. What a special rare occasion. Everyone was elated. The royal carriage arrived, pulled by horses tall and fine, well trained and proud, and marching in a straight line. Prancer the little pony tried to stand tall and steady. His heart was beating so hard he felt dizzy and heady. The queen bid them good day in her strong regal voice, immediately turning to look for the horse of her choice. She checked out the brown horse and she declared, "Not elegant enough for me, his nose is too flared." The brown horse was quite insulted, but took it in stride. The queen would choose just one. He knew he had tried. Though she was impressed by the horse with black fur, Her Royal Highness announced that he was not for her. His gait was dainty and he seemed very strong and tough. The problem was his smile. His teeth weren't white enough. All the horses were on display, a truly impressive sight. But the queen didn't find one who was just right. The queen's time was short. She had to be on her way. Thanking everyone politely, she wished them a good day. Prancer was disappointed. The queen was about to leave. Without even seeing him, what did his grooming achieve? When the queen was ready, wearing her coat and shawl, she caught sight of the pony on the path, near the wall. "Look what I have just found," she called out with glee. "Perfect for the princess, though he's too small for me." The pony for her birthday is a dream come true for her. This pony is the perfect size, with gleaming white fur. All the horses looked with envy at their lucky friend. In spite of all the odds, he'd been accepted in the end. They were sorry they had been so mean to the little guy. Now they wished him success as they all said goodbye. Prancer got ready to go to the palace right away, thanking Bruce, who had believed all would be okay. Prancer came back for a Christmas visit next year with a special present for Bruce and holiday cheer. He pulled the carriage where the freckled princess sat. It also held a sack of pine cones, each as big as a bat. Bruce chewed a giant pine cone. It was very delicious, happy for his friend who never gave up on his wishes. If you liked the story, give it a thumbs up below, and if you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.